What's up everyone, Elmi here. So today I've seen a lot of you have been loving my Home Alone reaction videos, especially during the holidays, and several of you have been requesting that I react to this video from Distractify. It's called Doctors Diagnose the Injuries in Home Alone. Now, I've reacted to this one video from Honest Trailers, my now most watched video called Honest Action Home Alone, where a doctor was diagnosing all the injuries, but it looks like in this they're going to have several doctors diagnosing the injuries. So you got multiple expert opinions on this. And these doctors are probably going to be thinking about how, oh, this guy should have been in the hospital, that guy should have been killed. But yeah, that's pretty much what you normally think when you watch Home Alone movies. So without further ado, let's check this out.
It makes me hurt just looking at it. After that one, gross.
Seth Brunner, you're a physician.
My name is Julie Fridlington. I've been in practice for 5.5 years.
My name is Holly. I've been an ICU nurse for the past 23 years.
Home Alone is one of my favorite childhood movies.
Probably last watched it with my dad, who is a hilarious old man that thinks Home Alone is like the greatest movie ever made.
Be a good little fella now
good
and
dad.
open the door.
If you get shot in the groin with a BB gun, you're gonna have some serious genital trauma.
Maybe even a rupture there, which may affect the swimmers down the line.
I don't know what treatment is for a ruptured nutsack. Bed rest, ice, a bag of peas.
Alright. Daniel Stern, oh, classic fall down the stairs. This is why I can't watch action movies anymore. You don't get up from a fall like that.
Concentrated a lot of his damage or injuries to the lower thoracic and lower lumbar. He could have issues with bladder control at that point.
Busted ribs, pulmonary contusion, splenic laceration, kidney injuries.
Peeing and pooping from bags, pushed around in wheelchairs, and some sort of chronic care facility.
Oh god, yeah, this one, oh man.
I've actually never seen skin smoke like that.
Like he puts it in the snow and the hand is actually steaming. You're gonna see blistering, the skin's probably gonna be black. I love how they put the little M in there though, that's classic.
Yeah.
I hope the rest of his skin stays intact throughout this movie, which is doubtful because they're gonna need to like remove parts of his skin with this thing that looks like a cheese cutter.
Skin graft.
And then they're gonna need to graft it onto his hand.
Yeah, nope, he's dead from this.
My favorite part about this is that the one injury he has is a burn.
Kind of shocking that they also interestingly spared his eye. Can't imagine he wouldn't have a corneal burn or something like that after being hit in the face with a hot iron.
He looks great, and the burn looks very superficial, first degree, no problem. That'll be fine.
Oh god, that's the one that gets me.
Dan Stern, rough day.
Besides bleeding, I would suspect that a nerve damage would have happened at this point.
Anytime you
Could
step
be.
on something barefoot that's especially a metal object, you worry about tetanus.
Low torch to the scalp. Not just like a glancing blow, we're talking like flame to the head. We're talking second, third degree burns, blistering.
His hat has melted, the synthetics in his hat have melted to his hair and his head.
Probably would peel some of the layers of skin off. It might even expose some of the bone in that area.
And this is the piece de resistance.
Oh,
this
thank you.
is the one.
Yep.
The face is screwed. We're talking ocular fractures, nasal fractures.
If you get a bleed in there, especially a fast bleed where it starts taking up space quicker, it pushes on the brain so that it stops functioning and leads to death.
Teeth are going to go flying if you get hit like this. We're talking fractured little teeth, so you're gonna have like meth mouth. These guys are gonna go terrible.
They both
Only
need
one
IQ
golden
tests.
tooth as
is
far
the
as I
main
remember.
thing. Like, let's just rush them to the emergency room and do IQ tests on all of them.
IQ test. Yeah, that's something they
Right in
need,
the
like-
middle of the chest. That sternum is cracked. That sternum is screwed. You can open up their aorta or their central veins and they can bleed to death like that.
Ooh.
If he did break it and it punctured a lung, then obviously he wouldn't be able to breathe. Kind of necessary for life.
I bet he's just going
Kind
to
of.
chase Macaulay Culkin a little bit more.
Oh man. Oh. Knocked out.
I love it how these guys have had like 10 head injuries so far and they're fine, and then this old dude hits them with a shovel and they're down like that.
I mean, it's still a masterpiece. It's really cinema magic is what it is.
Damn right.
Merry Christmas, Marv. Enjoy.
Wow, that was good. Wow. So, expert opinions, and they pretty much pointed out a whole lot of things that I've pointed out, like as far as the burns, the head injuries, and but it gets even deadlier in Home Alone 2. I'm wondering if they actually did one for Home Alone 2. Let me take a look at this. Oh, they actually did. I would love to check. I would love to see these guys' reaction to this again. And I certainly agree with the doctor. Looks like Harry and Marv would in fact need IQ tests. I would have hoped they would have gotten some. Would have saved them a lot of trouble in Home Alone 2 when the trips are even deadlier. So yeah, I'm definitely checking out that video as well. I'd love to see what they have to say about Marv being electrocuted, them being hit in the face with that pipe, which yeah, like you just don't get up from getting your head smashed in from a pipe. That just doesn't happen. Oh man. So, hope you guys enjoyed my reaction to Doctors Diagnose Injuries from Home Alone. Hit that like button if you did. Subscribe to my channel for more videos. And if you have any suggestions for what I should check out in the future, just let me know in the comments below. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.